All right, I'm all up and down, What it be like? Ooh, drink my coffee while it's hot. Well, as always, we're going to give a shout out to Dude's Boutique for keeping my furs funky fresh, and for Aloha Monkey for your tattoos and piercings. I have no tattoos, I have no piercings. And we want to give a shout out to Mitten Extracts, Blue Dream. Lost my yellow Pineapple Express yesterday. Took it to play pickleball with me, and it didn't pickleball. It disappeared. That's all right. These are real tiny. So this is, what do they say? Go to the head. These are definitely to the head. So that is my shout outs for right now. Eagles play the Giants tonight, which is going to be a good game. They should whoop the Giants' ass. They bullshitted last weekend. Are we going to have another bullshit game? Because then isn't it funny? It's always funny when you look at... yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's right. It's always funny when you see two undefeated teams lose to teams they definitely shouldn't lose to. I mean, it's like that is like a shot at that is a total shot at the bookies. It's like you can tell that this is controlled by the bookies, that this is nothing more than the bookies, they know something, so they put it out there. They's like, and what's interesting is, I mean, you can still bet for winning and losing, and that's mostly what I like to do. But now they got all these bullshit bets, and if you don't really pay attention, like last year, my nephew gave my wife a parlay, and what was fucked up is, like, one of the guys in one of the parlays was like, the dude didn't even hardly play. Like, he wasn't even a special teamer or nothing. He was like the third tight end. And like the thing was, will he catch one catch to go a couple yards? Well, the fact was, the odds was that he wasn't even going to get a pass thrown to him. And so, those kind of things to me are sucker bets. That's what it appears to me, that they're sucker bets. So, oh gosh, something else I want to grab. Oh, and this is 3 grams, 1 ounce. This is what is the THC amount on this motherfucker? Is 82% THC. No CBD in it, or the CBD is very, very minimal. So you can see how small it is. So, with basketball pants on, because that's what I play pickleball in generally, is basketball pants. And it's just a little small contraption here. I think I bought 4 of these. Oh. All right. Oh, that's good THC. Let me see if I can grab something. Oh, move, chair, move. Oh, here it is. Canadian Windsor. I think that's what it's called. Windsor. Canadian. when you can't afford any other brown whiskey, here you go. To the head. It's some rough stuff. Put some in my coffee. This is my son's bullshit. This is what my son bought. Now he left that here. I don't drink that shit. I am a beer drinker. I rarely drink liquor, maybe Christmas-ish, but rarely, very rarely. I must admit, I can see why people would want to smoke a cigarette and drink a cup of coffee. I can understand the coffee drinking part. I can't understand the cigarette part, but I can definitely understand the coffee part. Oh, let me show you something that's cool. That's really, really cool. Yeah, this is me in college. This brother's not with us anymore. You can see his legs, but the legs of this brother. Everybody else is with us. Let's see, Billy, Soul Train, Squirrel, Boone, Roly Doe, and that's Spicely. But you can't see Junkins. He's cut off and he's not with us. So out of everybody that was in the huddle, I think there's two that passed. Two that's passed. This is Maurice Bryant, otherwise known as Pig Iron. Big Billy Mims, Charlie Soul Train. I gave Danny Thomas the nickname Squirrel, then Boone, Roly Doe's in Florida. But yeah, it's a picture of, and I want to get this picture blowed up really big and put on one of my walls. I don't know why we're holding hands, but for some reason we're holding hands. I don't know who came up with that idea. And this year, or this week is Goshu, which is A&T's homecoming, which I don't think anybody can deny. A&T has the best homecoming of any college in the nation. But it's not cheap. I'm looking at like the concerts and stuff. When I went to school, all the concerts was free. Now I'm looking, I don't know if the students, because it came with the students' activities. Like when I went to college, the students didn't have to pay for the games or anything. Like they got in free to the football games, they got in free to the basketball games, that kind of thing. But like the activities, all the concerts and stuff used to be free. Now maybe maybe the public had to pay, but for the students it wasn't. So I don't know. But I'm looking at all these prices of stuff. They've got the pre-game parties and tailgating, and it's like they make big money off of this. Like I used to hustle tickets because freshmen a lot of times they didn't have people that was coming, and I knew people, so I would get with my boy, and I would get about, I mean, from the freshmen it wasn't unreasonable because you got 2 tickets each. So I would get 10, sometimes even up to 20 tickets, and I would hustle those tickets. Now for homecoming, I imagine what you could hustle those tickets for. And there's nothing like a melanated homecoming from one of the melanated colleges. Um, uh, I would just say historically A&T, because A&T is the biggest melanated college of all the colleges, I think with roughly 15,000. When I went to A&T, it was only, I think we were only 5,000 students. And to get that in context, the high school my daughter goes to is over 3,000 students. She's going to graduate with 750 people. So it's like 3,000 students at her school. So her school has almost as many people in it. My high school only had 1,400. I think when I graduated, it was 1,400 students. So I graduated, it was only 3 classes. So I graduated with 400 and some students. But my ex-wife graduated with 20 from the small town she's from. Let me look at this because it keeps, like it wants me to study this. Where are we at? The one thing, US dollar to a pound. And again, we're in, what is it, going on noon, 75 cents. 75 cents. Here we go. The rest of it is the euro. It's 87 cents. Japanese is like $1.55. You get Britain again, 75 cents. Canadian money, you go up to Canada, you got $1.40 per dollar. So you got 40 more cents of spending power. Chinese, $7 to a yen, I believe. Australia, $1.53. Just takes you forever to get down there. Hong Kong, maybe. Yeah, Hong Kong dollar, 75 cents, $7. So your dollar's going to get you a lot more in Hong Kong. 88 here in Indian ruple, and or that's Indian rupee. And then you see the ruple is 81.17 in spending power. And then we have South Korean money is $1.40. Oh, Russian. Okay, this is the ruble. Yeah, yeah, Russian money. Almost $87. You see how much they devalued that. Do I see gold? Where's gold? As we see, Ethereum is trading. When we started looking at Ethereum 5 years ago, it was almost, 150. And now look at it now. This is the thing to jump on. I mean, even though it's down 3% today, still, from what it started at, it is a big jump from where we started. I don't see investing money. Now, this is the biggest ripoff here is oil. And generally what you're looking at is about a two-week span on when it should hit the pumps. And so at the pumps now, I think premium near my house, which is always a little cheaper, is regular is $2.79, premium is $3.79. But with this price here, it should be way lower. At 62, and this again is from studying this, at 62, the gas should be roughly, regular should be $2.30. Because historically, that's when we're looking at this, $62 a barrel, we are generally looking at $2.35 and less. That's why when it, the other day, when it was at 60, we should have been around $2.10, $2.15. And all they did is dropped it a dime at the tanks, at the pumps. All we see is a dime, and they're hitting us. Look at this. Gold is over $4,000. So that means your jewelry is worth more. If you were going to sell it today, this would be a good day to sell. I mean, now you're not going to quite get this unless you got real 24 karat gold. But still, I mean, it's significantly more. It went from, I think yesterday was at 37. And we see gold. What was the dip yesterday? Again, this is just, today. Well, let's see. It closed. Let's see. Did it close yesterday? Oh, okay. It was over. So it's lost. So the high we saw yesterday, well, tomorrow at 6. Again, this is when trading is off, but the world never stops trading. We're at 4,051. Now, what was the spike today? 4,069, 4,070. Wow. And it fell, of course, it fell down to 4,030. And the number they're showing here is 25. Is that what we are right here? No, that is 1130. They're showing 425, but we see right here at 1130, and it's 1046 my time. So this trade is, this number they're showing cents. So you got a 44% dip. But still, yesterday, this was at 37.38, I believe. It's showing 4. Okay, well, but again, we're looking at after trading hours. It went a high of 450. With today, during trading hour, it hit a record high. This is a record high. So your gold is worth more. Hey, Dr. Sinister, what's happening? Thank you for coming. So, I've been saying this, if you were into buying gold coins, and I remember when them ounces was only $900. And now that same ounce of gold is worth damn near 4,000. So, what else we looking at today? Silver. And normally these two kind of go together. Yeah, silver took a tremendous jump. Where are we right here? Last night, seems like when they start, $48. And then today we had a high of 49. Yeah, so it opened at 49. Yeah, 9, 10. Yeah, it opened at 49. I bet there was a big buy here. And then as you see, to regulate it, they dipped it down to what we see now, 48. 48.09. So, and these, you usually see both of them spike at the same time. Usually when gold spikes, so does silver. So silver is pretty valuable now. And it's at a, it's easier to buy these like silver bars now, or even silver coins. It's pretty affordable to get those now. And again, it's a hedge. Buying silver is a type of hedge. Buying silver and buying gold, both are type of hedges. What's Nike doing? Um, let me see. July 10th. This is not the chart. So this is just projections. Why did it put me in projection? And Adidas is trading. Look at this. Adidas trading higher. Under Armour's crap. Lululemon. Look at that. Look how much Lululemon is to buy Lululemon shares. Croc shares. Croc shares is worth more than Nike shares. But I think by volume, Nike sells more shoes. Let me see. Why did it put me into this? $5 days. Is that what this is? 1 day? Year to date. Okay. Year to date Nike stocks. So Nike is, and it's funny, like usually when they have launches, the shoes are pretty, where are we at? August, and October. So October. So they've been, I mean, this has been a downward trend, especially if you follow that. Big downward trend. What was this? 59. Look at that. In the summer, start of summer, when you think Nike would sell most shoes, they look at this dip from June. And then, you can follow when school, when school's about to come back in, because a lot of people start school in early August. And so you see this upward trend. When were we? July, end of July. Yeah. See, you see this, you see people going back to school. And you saw a high. This is, going back to school. Then that road. Yeah. And today we're at 68. So Adidas is a better stock today. And let's look at my Ford Motor Company. Yeah, I suck. I bought in at $5. I bought in. My brother hit me up, and I bought in for $5 during COVID, during 20. So my $5 hasn't really expanded much. See, hasn't really expanded much. Even the lows. And look at that. This year, it damn near went back down. $9. Look at that. And we see where we're at today. So it's just what you're into. It's just, this is how they do it. So why not you do it? So, all right. Enough putzing around, as my daughter's mother would say. This week coming up, let me put that up. Let's see. No. I want to go here. No, let's go here. Yes, I think I could search here. Two Pennsylvania troopers are shot. By who? Two Pennsylvania troopers were shot against violence against the state police. Huh. See, two troopers were in critical condition after being shot while responding to a report of a retail theft. The incident unfolded around troopers called Dick's Sporting Goods. The suspects fled the scene. A vehicle headed toward, prompting police pursuit. 3 fallen Pennsylvania officers identified. Police deployed strike and stopped fleeing vehicle near exit 3. It came refs off the roadway. 2 female suspects exited the vehicle and were taken to custody as complying with troops' commands. A male suspect began firing at troopers, striking 2 of them. Troopers returned fire, fatally wounding the male suspect. Both troopers were then flown to the hospital. So 2 troopers. Wow. Sorry to hear that. Let me see though. Where can I do? Oh, here we go. This should give it to me. Yes. Show more games. Here we go. All right. My picks this week to put it on wax. I'm definitely taking the Eagles. Um, I'm going to take the Broncos on the road. Oh, good. This one goes with mine. Cardinals and Colts. I'm taking the Colts at home. Where's the Chargers and Dolphins? I'm taking the Chargers to win on the road. I think they've lost 2 straight. I think they're going to bounce back. Seahawks and Jags. I'm picking the Jags to win at home. Again, they looked so good last week. Probably not going to look as good, but I picked the Jags to win at home. Rams and Ravens. I'm picking the Rams to win on the road. You know, I stick with these Cowboys. And did the Cowboys come through for me last weekend? They did, and I'm going to ride the Cowboys again. I got the Cowboys to beat the Panthers on the road. I got the Patriots and the Saints, and this one I do questions. A few I question. I'm questioning this one. I don't. Raiders and Saints. Okay, I did pick that one. Okay, so I question this one. But I'm picking the Patriots. I kind of been rolling with them this year, but we'll see. The Saints have really looked good, so I don't know. I don't know about that one. That might be a change here. I might go back to. I got the Saints. Okay, I did pick the Saints. I picked the Saints at home. I thought so. Browns Steelers. I picked the Steelers to win at home. Titans Raiders. This might be one I missed. Let's see. Titans Raiders. Yeah, this wasn't showing up on mine. So you see me make a live pick. Titans Raiders. I'm going to go with the Raiders at home. Well, I don't know. Titans have looked decent. I'm going to go with the Titans, which I think the Raiders might win that one home. Bengals and Packers. That's right. I'm picking. Oh, yeah, I did. Okay. Packers at home. Packers at home. Let me see. I got that. Cowboys, Panthers, Browns, Steelers. I've got the Buccaneers to win at home. And the Lions and Chiefs, this is a hard one. And as of this moment, I picked the Lions at first, but the Chiefs have lost 2 straight. I think I'm gonna go with that. The Chiefs lost 2 straight. I think I'm gonna switch it to the Chiefs. I don't think they're gonna let them lose 3 straight games. I think they win at home. And then we've got the doubleheader on Monday. And through the doubleheader, we have the Falcons and the Bills. The Bills bounce back to beat the Falcons at home. Do have that one. And then I got the Commanders, and I think the Commanders should win at home. But let's see. Let's see here. Let's see. Let's see what they give us here. Jalen Carter doesn't practice. Okay. Okay, here we go. This is the for all 15 teams. Okay, Eagles out. Backup tight end. Landon Dickinson is out guard. Jalen Carter, heel, linebacker out. Wide receiver Darius Slayton, that's going to hurt them. Swazi Bozeman, Demetrius Flanagan Flowers, questionable. Jerome Alamorn. Okay. Maybe I have to click on to get the injury report. Oh, okay. They're only showing the game tonight. They're not coming up with injury reports for the upcoming game. That's interesting. They're only showing the game tonight. Yeah, Carter will hurt. That is going to hurt, but let me see. Yeah, this is their top player. This is their big player. So they're only coming out with, gosh, I can only get the report Sunday. No thanks. I don't want any freaking alerts. All right, so those are my picks. I think the only ones I changed is, let's see, I still think the Saints will win at home. Um, I don't know. I'm still kind of the Lions and the Chiefs. I don't know. I think I'm gonna stick with the Chiefs. I got a question mark, but I put the Chiefs on the other side, so I can't come back and say, well, no. So Titans and Raiders were the other ones, and the Raiders haven't been playing well. Doesn't mean they can't play well, but they haven't been playing as well. How long have I been going? Yeah, this wasn't gonna be a long show. Um, it's funny. I did hear a different perspective of what somebody was saying about Chicago. And you know what Biden and Harris did is they sent a lot of the um, uh, a lot of aliens they brought to Chicago, and they put them in, you know, in the hood, and they took a lot of resources from melanated folks and gave it to, you know, the immigrants. So when they did that raid, and again, I had my opinion of that raid that they did. Supposedly, they were going after an immigrant gang that had taken over that place. Now, we saw, be it propaganda or not, we're not sure. We saw when Biden and Harris were in, we saw a supposed South America gang take over a Colorado apartment building, breaking into houses and shit. And supposedly, the officers didn't do anything about it. So, um, so we'll see. What is this story? Argument over not saying thank you at Texas shopping mall plaza ends in deadly shooting. Wow. An argument over not saying thank you after a drawer was held open in a fatal shooting at a Dallas. Wow. Police say Keona Hampton, 22, was shot and killed 40. What was this? This young girl shot and killed a 41-year-old Cecilia Simpson in a parking lot outside PetSmart just after 1 p.m. when the woman got into a fight while leaving a nearby Five Below. The deadly encounter unfolded after Simpson got upset at Hampton for not saying thank you after she held the door for they both exited Five Below. The argument continued to a nearby PetSmart where so they kept arguing. And they both happen to go to the same store. So you walk out Five Below and you keep arguing as you go to the next store. That's what it says here. The argue continued in a nearby PetSmart. What is the odds that they would go to the same store after arguing? So you argued all the way. When Simpson told workers that Hampton was following her, after leaving the store, the women continued fighting in the shopping center parking lot. Cell phone footage taken by witnesses captured the dispute, taking a violent turn as several gunshots can be heard ringing out. So the affidavit states after the shots were fired, a person recording turned the phone away, but filmed Hampton walking off holding a black and silver handgun. When authorities arrived at the scene, they discovered Simpson had been shot several times. She was taken to the hospital where she was pronounced unalived. Wow. Let's see if they show a little bit of the... Oh, they shot her on the train. Wow. Wow. Yeah, they don't show the actual fight. It's probably online somewhere. Oh, okay. It was two melanated people. Two melanated people. This is crazy. Over not saying thank you. Wow. I think this is the victim. I ain't got him turned on. Let's see what she says.
Walked up on at this PetSmart off I-20 in Wheatland Tuesday, and now police say they know what started it all.
Very sad. Like, we never know what's going to happen. Can't trust anybody.
22-year-old Keona Hampton is now facing a murder charge after investigators say she shot and killed Simpson in the parking lot. Earlier, though, the two were at another business nearby. According to arrest documents, Hampton failed to say thank you after Simpson held the door open for her. A verbal disturbance ensued. Simpson and a friend left, but the documents say they noticed Hampton following them as they pulled into the PetSmart parking lot next door. A short time later, Hampton entered the store and began arguing with Simpson. Police say workers told him to leave, but once outside, things didn't calm down. Detectives wrote Hampton threw a drink bottle at Simpson's vehicle. Simpson police said
Commercials.
got out and struck Hampton several times. When that friend from earlier tried to break it all up, police say Hampton pulled a handgun and fired 3 shots at Simpson. Simpson later dying at the hospital. Hampton told police she shot Simpson to get her away from her, but the charge still came after detectives say Hampton followed Simpson to another store, threw an object, and fired the last shot.
I am disgusted. I don't know what's going on with this world. We used to be nice to each other.
Wow, and this is like why did she have so much hate? You know? Like why why couldn't she let it go? Why couldn't she let it go? Like most of the time when you open the door for someone, they leave or not, like this is the problem is you don't open the door for somebody to get a thank you. You open the door because you care about humankind. And if you have a chance to make things easier for somebody by simply opening the door, you do it, and then that person is ghost, a shadow. But for some reason, this young lady has so much hate in her heart, she was just looking to transfer that hate to someone else. She had some kind of misfortune. You can see in her face, it was some kind of other misfortune in her life that she was carrying with her. And to be set off on something that is just a fractal encounter, a very brief encounter, and turn it into murder. And as I said, again, it's a melanated person killing another melanated person. Now, if this would have been a European that didn't say thank you, would she have acted the same way? Followed that European? I guess she followed her in a car. As far as reporting, is this something that she would have done to a European person? Exactly. She would not have done that. She would have, Dr. Sinister's right. She would not have done that to a European. But she felt so comfortable in her hate of her own people that she hated her so much that she followed her and killed her, pretty much. Started the fight. And at 22, she's going to spend, 20 plus years in prison. Because I don't think she's going to really get, I don't think she'll get first degree, but I think she will get something. So, that is some crazy, insane shit there, boy. Crazy, insane. Crazy, insane stuff, y'all. Just never know. But you're right. You can't really trust people nowadays. Wow. I mean, it's like it never ends. There's no excuse. There's no exchange of word. Man guns down 15-year-old girl riding a scooter with friends at a birthday party. Damn. And again, we got these young people. Where's all the hate from? Where's all the hate? My daughter's 14. A Michigan man will spend decades behind bars for shooting a 15-year-old girl who was riding her scooter with friends while celebrating a birthday in downtown. This must be Michigan. Yeah. Downtown Grand Rapids. Joshua Pittman was sentenced to 20 to 52 years for second-degree murder and felony firearms in the death of Kajia Williams. Pittman was walking in the area just before midnight. What was a 15-year-old doing on the streets at midnight? When he pulled out a gun and fired into the group of teens that Kaya was riding with, according, the teen girl was struck in the head and died. Wow. Love true crime? No. See, the prosecutor said Pittman claimed he shot at the teens out of fear or concern. Yeah, that made no sense because the group of teens did not know him. There was no exchange. There was no exchange of words. So he just randomly shot into people. Wow, he just randomly shot into a group of young people. Wow. He said, even though she was not my intended target, I was wrong nonetheless for letting the devil take control of my actions. Wow. He kind of admit that he got a demon in him. It's highly unlikely. I hope that family and friends can find their heart to forgive. Shit. But again, what was the 15-year-old doing outside at midnight? I don't care if it's a birthday party. Damn, if my daughter would have been riding the streets. Oh, she was the same. She was a freshman like my daughter is, you know? Damn if my daughter would be out in the streets. And again, where I live, I live straight suburbs. But damn if she'd be outside at that time of night. Yeah, definitely hate is a learned behavior. It is. Because if you hate everything around you, it leads to self-hate. It does lead to Uber driver allegedly shoots teenage girl at Waffle House. God damn. It's like, does it ever stop? Uber driver's been charged. Wow. Uber driver has been charged after he allegedly shot a teenage girl at a Waffle House after she allegedly threatened to kill him. Meredith, his name was Meredith? Meredith Gowdy was arrested. He shot a 16-year-old girl, remains in critical condition. Sunday was a mad at this. Waffle House always had good steaks, though. They used to have a T-bone they used to make that was pretty decent, and it wasn't that expensive. Officials learned 5 juveniles ordered Uber to take them home from the restaurant, to which the driver identified said he could only transport 4 of the 5 because he did not have enough room and seatbelts in the car. The group of the girls then argued with the driver about his refusal, who should cancel the trip with Uber, police said. The argument began to escalate when one of the teens threatened to kill the driver before she stuck him in the head and the face inside the car. So she smacked him in the car. He fired a gun and struck the female who assaulted him. While speaking with authorities, the other teens denied the assault and threat took place. Yeah, of course, they're going to lie for their friends. The victim transported to local hospital treatment. She remains in critical but stable. Was charged with aggravated assault, possession of a firearm during a felony. I don't know. He might beat this. 4 against 5, 4 against 1. It's not immediately clear when an attorney can speak. I don't know. He might beat that. Because, he ain't just shooter for nothing. Not in this case. You got children not wanting to take responsibility, and so they lying for their friend. Because, it's almost on what is the Zoom channel? What is that channel? Baddies. It's like that show in America shows so much self-hate. Like, where's all the self-hate come from? Hey, G-Real, thanks for joining. Where's all the self-hate come from? It just doesn't make sense. There's you see these young ladies willing to go on the show and just fight every time. Every time they're on the show, 10 or 15 minutes, they really don't fight. It's more of a grappling kind of deal. It's never, they get a sock here and a sock there, but it's never really a fight. But it's like, why do they hate each other so much? Oh, this person blew up during divorce court. Never heard of this person. Oh, this is a man. Wow, this person, 28, died of natural causes? Did I read that right? Let's see, real name, Raymond, died from natural causes. What natural cause does a 28-year-old person die from? Wow. That's hard to believe. Natural causes. Some kind of influencer of this trans person being on one of the shows. I don't know, guys. I could probably... Oh, here we go. How much do NFL people get? Oh, here we go. And this is just, this is just the 18, 19 weeks. Does not these numbers public known indicate on the average referees make around 250,000, 205,000 per year. This is up from 150,000 they were making. This is only 18 weeks. That is a nice lick. 18 weeks, and you make 200,000 for 18 weeks. Indicates they're given a 19 games, including preseason. Their average earnings is 10,000, not too shabby. Do they get paid for playoff games? Simon's not including referee salaries are paid from the separate pool. There's no indication there's a bump up pay in the individual check for the working pool seasons. Referees, however, do receive bonuses for each game, reportedly ranging from 2,500 per contest to a astronomical number in the Super Bowl. Only NFL's higher-ranked officials assigned to work playoff games. How much do they make for the Super Bowl? On top of their usual checks, referees working Super Bowl receive a bonus in the range of 30 to 50 grand for one game. There's some boxers that get their heads beat in that don't get that. Wow. Referees do not work full time, but they're booked from August to January. So they get paid basically from August to January. Do have a 401k, but they're also provided health benefits and travel stipends. And remember the one pro basketball player, Joey Crawford, he was trading in his first class seats and pocketing the money, and they only suspended him from a year. An ex-mob guy. Are we surprised that he was stealing from the league? I think not. Wade has a new shoe out. I've never bought one of his shoes, so I don't think I would, but I like the color. Blue is my favorite color by far. You see the other colorways. I don't know. I'd have to try them on. I still think the Jordan 40 is the most comfortable shoe they make. I haven't tried on the new LeBrons yet, so I don't know. But to me, the most comfortable, like those shoes back there behind me, those Jordan 40s, I don't have to wear my insoles with those. Those are perfectly comfortable, and I don't know. It's too like the Jordan 39 and that Jordan 40. I don't wear my insoles with them because they're so comfortable. Now, are they built up? Absolutely a build-up shoe. And some people like the more flatter shoe, like Kobe's. Kobe's are the most popular shoe in the NFL, if you didn't know, or excuse me, in the NBA. And they're built up. They're quite. The Kobe's are flat. They've got cushion in them, but flat cushion. Like my New Balance shoes, they're not as built up in the toe front as my Gonuses, because I play in my Gonus Proto 4s, which have an air unit in it too. But those shoes overall are more comfortable. I play in LeBron 21s. They have just as much foam in the front foot as they do the rear. My New Balance court shoe, it's like, what do you want? For some people, it's you want to feel more of the court, and that's what the people that like Kobe's. They don't like the build-up shoe that is that shoe back there. Some people are opposite. LeBron likes the more build-up shoe, and I think that was Jordan's initial argument with Nike, is that he thought the shoes were too built up. Because I think he wore Cons. I think he wore Cons at Carolina, and that's so it's depend on I yesterday when I played, I didn't play this morning. It's still too cold outside. What is the temperature? 56. Yeah, they probably played this morning. If I got out there, probably 10. They probably playing, but it's too damn cold out there now. I'll play tomorrow inside, unless I play tonight. I might have to write my friends. I might play before the game come on. If she wants to play and we can get 2 more people, we'll play tonight. But I played yesterday about an hour and a half. So, I try to do something every day. I might go walking today. Might get my 3 miles in. I don't know. My knee. I'll say this. One thing I like about where I play indoors, we play on courts. We play basketball courts. It's a regulation size and everything, but it's a lot. That court is a lot friendlier to the knees than the pickleball, because pickleball is over asphalt, and so uh, damn. And so, my knees feel a lot better. I probably still need to ice them down. I didn't ice them down yesterday, but not near as sore as I would be if I had played outdoors. Like outdoors, I went to the hot tub too. When I got done, I played up at the Lifetime. So I am going to if I play today, if not, I'll play indoors tomorrow. Probably got to see if I can still sign up, which I probably can. Probably no problem signing up. So I don't know. When I get off here, I might go for a walk. I'm not sure. But I got to do something active today. I got to get some more dirt. I had to change my plants. As I said, this witch I deal with, one of her little bugs is her call sign of this witch. So when I see little bugs around me, I'm like, what does this witch want? And then I see the witch go through, the shorts, and I'm like, okay, you want my attention again. So I had to swap. I had to buy, I think, 4 pounds of dirt because I got a giant corn plant. I had to redo that one. Had to redo one of my other plants. And my other plant came in a little bitty, it was a little bitty plant. Like, the whole plant and everything was like this. And now the plant is really, really branched out. And probably what I put it in is really huge for it, but it'll do well. It'll do well. And it loves sun. I kept it outside really all summer, and it did well outside in its new pot. But I put it in a better pot where it can go more straight down. But it's interesting. The corn roots was like this. And I mean, the pot is huge, that I put it in. So it's really going to get big. Like we had it on another kind of little table to put it on. It was up to the ceiling then. So now the one I put it in, the pot's got to be 2.5, 3 feet by maybe 3 by 3, maybe 3 feet, around circumference. And so now it's got quite a bit more room. And plus the way I planted it was kind of leaning, and I had to put sticks up to hold it up. So, sometimes the plants kind of let you know that, that you put me, and it wasn't centered either. That was the other problem. It wasn't centered. So I put it in, I put about a foot of dirt in it under it. And it's the kind, because like most of the time when you have plants, you should have a way it can release water. Well, now what they have is you can put like a stopper at the end that has holes in it, and it releases water itself. And then, water eventually evaporate. And instead of having just something like my other plants, I just got a plastic container under them. So as the water drains through, they go into this container and then evaporate like that. So it'll do well. It'll like this new plant. Now there's nothing. I centered it. There's no sticks holding it up. So I think it's a little happier. And I know the little plant would do well. So, and I did lose a Vera plant. I put it outside. I kind of had to put all those 2 plants outside for sure. So I hate losing plants, but sometimes like this one in here doesn't seem very happy. And I don't know how happy it's going to be when I replant it. Because I have 3 more plants I need to replant, but the ones upstairs, they're a little more isolated. But so I don't know. This one doesn't seem very happy in its new home. I don't know how happy it's going to be when I replant it again, because I replanted all the plants, I think, in June. So it's only been a few months. But got to do it. So got 2 more to do. And I've got to get my nephew over here to give him a bunch of clothes. And it's really odd. And no disrespect to my family member, but I don't know, like, I don't know. Like she says that my nephew he can't wear my clothes. He can't wear my coats. Now, I ain't got a small stomach myself, but he's not as broad shouldered as I am. And so even if his stomach is bigger than mine, he could still wear my coats. So I'm gonna get him over here. I'm gonna give him some of these shoes. I got about 2 or 3 pair of shoes to give him. Because I bought him got us 4 or 5 for a pair of his school shoes. I forget. So I got some more shoes that he'll play. how how internet star Rolling Ray became the most famous boy in a wheelchair. Okay, who cares? It's like a lot of this bullshit. Who really cares? You know? Damn, she stabbed him in the back. Damn. It's just like woman gunned down her boyfriend after she claimed he attacked her with a pipe. It's just like never ending. It's just never ending. And they talk about, what else is going on with the government. But I mean, look at these streets. Teen arrested for killing woman and dumping her body behind a building. I mean, does it ever end? Does it ever end? I mean, it never ends. It never seems to end. Um, Unless we can go see it this afternoon, which I think is impossible. I'm not going to see Tron till possibly tomorrow, but maybe not even tomorrow, because if we go to the football game tomorrow night, we're not gonna, because I want my daughter to go see Tron too. So we might go to the football game tomorrow night. So we'll see. I know this ain't funny, but it's kind of funny if you read the headline. Husband kicked wife to death after he found texts from another man. Now he learns his fate. Alan Wang was found guilty of first-degree murder. Yeah, I guess kicking her to death would. He beat his wife, Hong Yang, to death March 20th after he allegedly discovered texts from another man on her phone. He was found guilty of first-degree murder. Tragic death reminds us for a long way to go preventing domestic. Usually, sometimes they show the picture of the authorities. Police department and fire responded to a call regarding a female who wasn't breathing. The woman, later identified as Hoyang Yang, was transferred to a local hospital. She was pronounced dead. On the investigation, learned that she and her husband were in the bedroom when he allegedly found texts from another man. He wasn't playing it. Authorities claim Wong then kicked his wife multiple times before a relative of the couple called 911 the next day. What? Authorities claim then kicked his wife multiple times before a relative of the couple called 911 the next day, as it appeared she stopped breathing. Originally charged one count of aggravated battery. The charge was upgraded and indicted in 2 courts. So this happened a while ago. He was found guilty following a 4-day trial. Just now? Damn. Took him that long? Wow. Kicked her to death. I guess Kung Fu is still alive. Damn. It is just amazing. It is just amazing. It's just, you could just find unlike debauchery, debauchery every day. That's why part of my time was dedicated to debauchery. I mean, it's just more and more debauchery. And so, you wonder why he wants to put troops in these cities. Look at the debauchery that the people are doing to each other. It's like there's so much hate out there. And then, it's really like melanated people are the, do they say there's anything left from slavery? Is it anything, the hurtful and the painfulness of slavery, breaking up families, shipping you from North Carolina to the islands? I mean, they say, is any pain from that? And I would say so, but I would say now, it's like a lot of these people, it's not that they're raised unprivileged. A lot of these people aren't desperately poor. Like the young lady I showed going shopping. She's not desperately poor, she's shopping. So she has some discretionary cash to fuck around and spend. But yet she still had so much hate and anger that she had to turn something that should have been okay. And I go back to what I said. Do you open the door for a person to say thank you? I mean, really, do you help someone because they're going to thank you for helping them? As I said before, when my daughter's mother moved, she paid my son, but I'm like, you ain't got to give me nothing. I helped her move for about 3 hours. She's like, you got Vermo? I'm like, you ain't got to pay me nothing. You're my friend, so I just helped you. Now my son is a different thing because he, number one, he does need the money, but he did probably triple the work I did. This nigga's lifting refrigerators downstairs on his back. You know, he's a big, what do they call him? Nah, I can't think of how you, well, natural born man. I'll say that. But, and so when I open the door for somebody, I definitely don't expect anything. Like, okay, move it. I mean, it's like a ghost moment. You know, when you open the door for somebody, it's really a ghost moment. You do it and you go on. Even if it's a pretty person or you think they're attractive, you do it and you go on. You're like, hey, I opened the door for you because I want to date you. Nah. Nah, that ain't why you do it, you know. That ain't why you do it. You do it just for the goodness. And it ain't that big a deal. Huh, what is this? X settles $128 million severance pay lawsuit with former Twitter executive. Elon Musk have reached a settlement with 4 former executives alleged they were not paid a $20 million in payroll severance. So 4 goes into 28. Whoa, they got what? 412? Yeah, they got 40 some a piece. No, maybe more than that. 60. Yeah, about 40 a piece. 40 million a piece. Then that would be 80. So they got about 30 a piece. 3, 6. Yeah, about 30 million a piece. They got 30 million a piece when they took down Twitter and put in X. I've never been on Twitter. I think maybe I opened an account, but I've never used it. I've never used it. I don't think I've ever tweeted. So I don't know, y'all. The world is a crazy and crazy place. Young people are so mad about nothing. Mad about the world. Mad because mama got a boyfriend. Mad because of this. Mad because of that. Kennedy died? Joan Kennedy. Oh, Joan Kennedy died. Joan was an in-law. Yeah, Joan was Bob. Matter of fact, Joan would have been JFK or Robert Kennedy Jr.'s mama, right? Got divorced from a famous man carrying her life and challenge. Yeah, wasn't Joan Kennedy married to Bobby? Bobby's Joan was Teddy and Patrick. Aunt Joan, mom to my cousins, Teddy and Patrick. Oh, she was only, I think Patrick OD, so it wasn't Teddy and Patrick. Okay. She was married to, I believe, Bobby Kennedy. Oh no, she was probably married to Ted. She only shared her struggle with addiction so the others could share. So I think this was Ted Kennedy's wife. Teddy and Patrick, yeah, this Ted Kennedy's wife. She died at 89. Okay, she's just 5 years older than my mother. Huh. Kennedy family tree, where do Joan and Maria Shriver fall? That would have been her uncle's wife. Joan Kennedy, Joan being held, member in late family generation, include her ex-husband. Ted, yeah, her ex-husband is Ted, yeah. Cara, Ted Jr., Patrick. Cara, mom of 1, died in 11. Wow, she died of a heart attack. She couldn't have been that old. Unit, siblings, okay. So she was Ted's wife. Oh, well. Huh. The world is the ghetto. The world is unbelievable. Mega church passed around due to an undisclosed sin. What is this? Mega church pastor resigned due to undisclosed sin, completes restoration journey. Look at this wig this dude got on. That's a horrible wig. Why does he keep, his real hair gray? So what did he do? Tony Evans, founder of Mega Church, has been completed church-approved discipline and restored process of semi-admitted sin. I committed no crime. I did use a righteous judgment. Sunday church leader, multiple former pastor, completed a church-approved discipline and restoration process after stepping down only a year. Has been on commitment to the world, absolutely. He got some booty or something. He did. He got something. Added black flesh, strengthen the body of Christ. Wow. Oh, that is funny. That is funny. Well, you can let him back in. Your sin wasn't so bad. God tells us to keep you around. Let's keep you around, It's kind of funny to me, though. The world is a stage. It's like looking back at the old Craig Mack videos when he had the rubber hair. And that was in the early 90s. Craig Mack was wearing fake hair in the early 90s. But again, if you look at Jimi Hendrix, let's see. Jimi Hendrix started wearing a wig too. He was one of the first. Let's see. I can see a bunch of pictures of him. Oh, they didn't bring it back. Why? Nothing's searching for me? Why is that? It's not searching for me. Oh, I know where I can find pictures of Jimi Hendrix. What is going on? Oh, here we go. See if I can find more pictures. Okay, I'll show you this just to get, okay. This picture right here, you can clearly see he's starting to lose his hair. Stress. He started losing his hair from stress. And here you can see how light it is. And years of getting his hair permed too. Remember, you see pictures of his daddy. But right here in Miami, if I can find a picture from Miami, you can really see it clearly. And I'm trying to think here. Yeah, that's fake hair there. Woodstock is the best example. Okay, like here, if you catch pictures from here, when his hat's off, you can really see how damaged his hair is in this Miami. His hair is really damaged pretty bad. But yeah, I believe this is a wig. And I know Woodstock. When he's at Woodstock, okay, here's another picture of him wearing the wig. That's a wig. Woodstock is the best example. I can find a picture from Woodstock. Here's another picture of him wearing the wig. And they even, like, you read his autobiographies, they tell you he was one of the first clients of a hair club, I think it's called. And, like years of permanent hair, years of permanent hair. He grew up in the perm hair era. Okay, here we go. Woodstock. That's a wig. That's sponge. I mean, he pimped it out. But yeah, all these pictures from Woodstock are he's definitely wearing a wig. And this might be Woodstock again, maybe. No, or this might be Maui. But that's fake hair. And, and he lost his hair, stress. He lost his hair from stress. His best friend, Billy Cox, was given some kind of drug, and it kind of blew his mind. But this kind of thing, perming his hair for years, that kind of thing. And it wasn't really till he went to England where he stopped perming his hair and was just letting it grow out, which was again the style. The afros became the style in the mid '60s. Even Europeans copied that style, but it was Americans that really was like just letting their hair grow. That was kind of the hippie thing. And Jimmy said he admitted when Noel, he liked Noel's hair. And Mitch Mitchell, arguably, is probably one of the best drummers of all time. I mean, arguably. is one of the best drummers. I think my cousin Narda is the best, but Mitch Mitchell, I mean, you listen to Machine Gun, you compare Machine Gun with Buddy Miles, Machine Gun compared to to Mitch Mitchell, and I think you'll come out agreeing that but yeah, anytime you see his hair short, this is his wig stage when he wore the wig. Hair Club. And, he died at 27, so it's no telling, his hair would have grown back. I don't know, his dad was bald, and usually that's an indicator if your father's bald that you'll be bald. My great-grandfather, and my real grandfather, who I barely knew, but my great-grandfather for sure, and all his family, and I seemed to take after him. So that's why really I started cutting my hair in my early 20s, like college, like 18, 19, when I played football. I started cutting my hair bald even then and just wearing it close. This ain't Jimi Hendrix. It's somebody else. That ain't him. Oh, they're trying to say what he'd look like when he was older. These is the albums. It's funny. One thing you got to applaud, a lot of the bootleg music that came off and where people made money off Jimmy. Shit, Jimmy's sister, she stopped that shit. She stopped that shit. I played a little bit of music, and you really got to be a Hendrix knowing. It's like I played a fuzz tone, and yeah, they didn't play that shit. She's like, nah, you ain't, because I mean, fuzz tone guitar, not any real guitar, but fuzz tone, because Are You Experienced plays a, and I played that. But I think Electric Ladyland is an album everybody should get. If you get any Jimi Hendrix, get Electric Ladyland. Or his greatest hits, especially if you want the Star Spangled Banner. Great album. Now, this is a great coat. You can buy these coats on Etsy. They're wool coats with all these fringes on, or all these braids. Shit is nice. And he bought this at a secondhand store. You can tell it's early in his career when he first goes to England. He buys some secondhand clothes. And he bought this kind of shit. And he's wearing another one here. See, this is a separate one because the other one didn't have fur on the collar. So he bought 2 or 3 of these kind of coats. It's probably cold over there. And they were, he never had a lot of bread. He probably had the worst contract of any entertainer in the history of entertainment. Didn't really get any money. Did not really get any money. But his sister's getting that bread back. She's like, you fucked my brother over, and because you fucked my brother over, I am getting that bread. So, well, I think I've went long enough. I got all my picks in, and be back Sunday to Sunday night or Monday. It just depends. I get so sleepy. I'm just not a night owl anymore. Last night, I was falling asleep at 10 o'clock. I smoked a fat joint, and I was like, man, I was just nodding in the chair. Like, finally, it just took over. I was like, yeah, I'm going to lay down. So I had to call my mother before I went to sleep. I was like, yeah, I'm going to call you before I go to sleep so I won't forget. So, well, thank you. Anybody who ever comes in, whenever you see this, thank you so much for watching. And again, till we meet again.